from the Flipside, bringing you an episode of Dealer Flipside, kind of. But yeah, so I guess we only have Red Hood and myself for as hosts slash contestants and all that. So we'll still go through the books that I have presented for this, and then yeah. So let me get the short intro going, and then
God damn it! The fuck is this, dude?
you gotta wait 3 minutes, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Alrighty, so here we go with our hanging out with Red Hood and going over a book. Yeah. So, all right, Rob, the links in the Modern Playbook chat if you can join. So feel free to join.
Who?
Rob.
Robert Fordham?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can discuss that shit I was telling you about, bro.
3 minutes. Dude. 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
No cussing for 3 minutes.
Okay, sorry, guys.
Tell me someone. Hey, it's always recorded. It's recorded. You can clip it at the beginning of the video and stuff like that. So,
no, I was trying to go old school Red Hood.
With the cover.
Yeah, with the cover.
With the Bane mask on.
Take control.
So how's it been going, Joe?
It's going good. Pressing a whole shitload of books. I'm working on Trish Forsner's and Mighty Mel V.
Nice.
So he had a water stain on Blip. Had a water stain on Blip. Blip number 1.
Nice.
And it's almost gone. I sent him a pic, and he is pretty happy. I've got Trish's books in the press. Them doggies are ready to run out of there, man. So, and then Steve Horn, we got him almost 39/8 on the last sub, and then what else? Bunch of guys are getting their books back. Ritty Ty, who's on Whatnot. He got some of his books back. So,
we got another contestant in the show. What's up, Mercenaut? And then real quick, Rob, I have a big pile of books I need to open, anyways. So probably, maybe, and then Scalise Comics. I asked my LCS to put it in my pool box, so I'll see if I get the ash can or not. But I think he's going to charge me market price, but I don't know what market price he's going to set it at, and I hope it's not the $150 or whatever it's going for now. The most I'm willing to pay is probably like $80 for an ash can.
Are you talking about something that's killing the children?
I am.
What's the appeal of that?
Of the ash can?
Yeah.
I mean, what the storyline's been on hiatus for how long now? Since before House of Slaughter started, and then and it's kicking back up in March. So this is that preview into it, and I believe there's a first appearance in it, or a couple first appearances, is what I've heard. So, and it's a little bit longer than the traditional ash can, is what I've been told.
Man,
so I think it checks off a bunch of boxes, right?
The hype is real. Holy shit!
Yeah, but the cover's pretty cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but it's like either like if you're a fan of it, you love it. If you're just like a casual viewer of the story, then you're kind of like, I don't see the appeal for it.
Like, I got you. All right, okay, yeah, it's respectable.
Hey, so do you think, because everybody's been speculating on who it is? It's Captain Marvel or Tom Cruise, Superior Iron Man. Do you think it could be fucking Sentry?
I thought it was Mephisto.
Well, wouldn't it be Red?
I was just joking, dude.
I know. I know.
Oh, you mean Omega Red?
Omega Red.
You know which picture we're talking about, right, Mercenant?
No.
That
Pull
it's
it up,
like
Aaron.
it's like
Oh,
that blurry,
Pull it all up.
that like blurry picture that no one knows who it is, and everyone has all the.
Oh, you mean Nova?
Oh, could be.
Oh,
I heard that too.
yeah, I've heard that.
Could be Santa Claus.
I've also heard it could be Riri as well. So I thought that one was funny.
Riri, what the fuck
Yeah,
would Riri be in there for, man?
but because it's like they're like, look at the person's hips, like look at the
Look at their
hair.
hips.
Yeah, it's just like kind of like, oh, it's Iron Lad. I like that. I like that answer.
Iron Lad, I guess.
Dude, I'm not trying to hype up any like random book. I honestly don't care. Like, it's like
I care.
hey,
If I have that book, I want it to be worth money.
okay.
I care.
Yeah, that makes sense. But like, it's
Quit
like,
being a
hey, look
Debbie
at this
Downer.
pixelated picture. Who is it? Like,
It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma.
I mean, I'm sure we'll see more like whenever the next preview drops, right? More or less.
How many more trailers are we gonna get?
Probably at least one, I would assume.
Yeah, the movie ain't coming out till May. They pushed that bitch all the way back. You know?
February, March, April. Ooh, we got 3 months.
Yeah, so I could see definitely one more preview.
I won tickets to Batman.
You won tickets to Batman? Sweet.
Now, why is that movie coming out in March?
For my birthday, man.
That sounds like, okay. So it's a Batman.
Where's the trigger?
Big budget Batman movie. Why is it coming out in March instead of during in the summer?
I thought summer movies like tend to like have low attendance, and then like leading up to the summer.
Spring break, bro. Spring break.
The whole month of March.
Spring break.
I don't know about that, man. That's a Batman movie.
Didn't Civil War come out in March?
Out in the fall though.
No,
right?
that came out in May. And
no, I mean Winter Soldier came out in like March. Oh, you know what? Black Panther came out in fucking February. I remember that shit.
Well, that was Black History Month.
That makes sense.
Oh God, come on! You could have dropped that movie any month. That movie would still been awesome.
That's the thing. I don't think people knew that movie would be as big as it would be.
I did.
I don't think a lot of people did. And I bet you it's gonna come out during the you know what? I don't know when the hell that movie's coming. But that's a Batman movie. And Batman movies come out in the summer. In like the late spring, early summer. So that just doesn't make sense to me why that would come out so early.
It's going to make a lot of fucking money. It's going to make a lot of money.
It's probably DC, like with all their new studios and all that stuff, dipping their toes in the water and seeing how they do.
Ooh, it's cold.
Yeah, exactly. To see if they're on the right pathway, right? Because if it does well before all these Marvel movies drop, and it's like someone else said in the chat, less competition. I could see that.
They don't have that much faith in.
Well, they just ended Peacemaker, so like, boom, and then
so to keep on riding that gravy train of being hyped up, like for like, because it's like mid-February, so like, leading up for the next couple weeks, I'm assuming like normies would catch up to finishing Peacemaker by then.
I saw a great documentary last night.
What was it about?
Kanye West.
I heard that's pretty good.
Dude, it's called and the one time Netflix they're doing weekly, right? It's a 3-part documentary. And so I thought I was going to run through it and do but I got to wait till next week, and I was pissed, dude. Like, when did we start doing this shit, Netflix? But the show is called Genius, and this guy, you know how they're all from Chicago, and you remember that the guy who did the documentary on Hoop Dreams, right? It was that guy's inspiration. He wanted to kind of document this producer / rapper, Kanye West, and his kind of rise to fame. because he felt like he was ultra talented. And so,
Really?
yeah, so he's got like
Oh.
early footage of Kanye West when he started in the suburbs of Chicago and just kind of
Wow.
his
Oh, it's like that.
it's like that. It is
Wow.
fucking awesome, dude.
Okay.
And
So,
so he started he took like a demo to I forgot the record company, but he was rapping for Scarface, right? And he goes, "You already got rhymes to this?" He goes, "Yeah." And he just like ripped it. And he goes like this. He goes, "Holy shit." Like fucking that's awesome, right? And so like Kanye, "Oh yeah, baby." I mean Scarface like say incredible. Yeah, that's what he said. Scarface goes, "Fucking incredible." Right? And that's when Kanye was a rapper, bro. When
mhm.
you knew where he was coming from. Now Kanye is just like ultra like eccentric with his stuff. It's just like, okay, I get it, but like you're going deep, bro. But like it is phenomenal. Kind of like I would compare it to like from what I've seen, kind of like Hoop Dreams. But it is really, really good. So if you guys have a chance, go check it out. It's called Gene Yes.
So the guy that shot that, he held on to that footage for that long.
So he made a commitment that he was going to do that. He was a stand-up comic, and he like said, "You know what? I believe in this guy so much that I want to document his rise to fame because I know he's going to be famous and I believe in this guy." Right?
Wow.
And so he gave up his stand-up comedy career and said, I'm all in." So because Kanye said, "I got to move to New York. Nobody believes in the Chicago rap game. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get a record done." And you would have been shocked. Like he's taking demo after demo to all these uh, music companies, and they're just like, "No, you're not what we're looking for." Turning him down, dude. And he was spitting fire, bro. And I was just like, "Damn." But they just saw a producer. They didn't see a rapper, right? And
Mm.
they just couldn't get their mind because nobody really did that. You got Dr. Dre, and he's like a unicorn, man. But like they just couldn't see it, and a lot of people used Kanye. I mean, they fucking used him for beats. That's
Mm-hmm.
all, and they, "Oh yeah, 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 I'm gonna jump on that record with you. I'll do that with you. Oh yeah, we're gonna sign you and all that." And you see all that BS, dude. And then
Mm.
finally he got signed. So now part two is gonna be his, meteoric rise.
Holy shit. Wow. Okay.
I
Damn.
also heard what is it? Bel Air is pretty good.
Oh yeah. I
But
heard that was gonna be good. Like a lot of people, that actor, they say he's really, really good.
all
Could be
right.
Miles Morales, bro.
Well,
Could be Miles Morales.
let's go ahead and get into it. Into deal or Flipside. So, yep. I want to give Mercenot a shout out for the last comparison we have for tonight. So, you asked me to.
You know what? I don't even remember what it was. So
All
that's
right.
awesome.
Yeah. So, from this past Monday, if you're watching on Flipside, don't spoil it in the chat. But yeah, we'll go through these books, and then since it's only three of us, we'll kind of just like keep it like old school, and we'll just do like snake draft style. Just go, talk about why we picked our pick or whatever. Since there's not a lot of people on the panel, so
Right on.
all right. So we'll start off slow and gradually go up to higher priced books. But let's start off with Champions number 1, Momoko, 1 in 50, CGC 9.6, sold for $72, versus a Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters number 1, CGC 9.8, which I believe is a 1 in 25 since that's the trading card variant. I'll give y'all a second to make up your mind.
I got a question. That Cassidy Boba Fett, is that like a incentive or no?
I think it's the 1 in 25, but let me know in the chat if that's not the 1 in 25 because I think it's the trading card.
Okay.
Man, I don't like either of those books, man.
Then just hold your sign like this. Then.
Where is my sign?
All right,
I'm ready.
Joe, just point up or down.
Okay. I'll point up. I'll point up to the champions. I'll pick
All
the
right.
champions.
3, 2, 1. Hold up your sign. All right, unanimous.
Really? Okay. All right. Shoot. Okay.
I mean, Champions still has like a lot of potential. Boba Fett, right? Like people are either like loved it or hated it. Like there's no
hated it.
Yeah,
hated it.
I enjoyed it.
You know what? It was something.
Book of Mandalorian. That's what you need to save it, right?
Book of the old fat guy. He was Book of the old fat guy who had his helmet off way too fucking much.
Yeah,
walking around all the time. It's like
he had to get it cleaned. His helmet cleaned everywhere he stepped foot
into. Every fucking scene. Oh, stop it!
It was in his contract, dude. Yeah,
damn.
But I don't want that that Mandalorian contract where you can't even see that actor's face. Do you know who I am? I'm Temu Morrison. I want everybody to see my face. Huh? No. That was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Looking
you should consider a career in voice acting.
No, I'm no good, dude.
All right.
Oh! As far as the champions goes, that book has dropped like a rock. That was like the hottest book of what 20? What it was like 2021 or some crap like that. I forget.
Yeah.
But yeah, that book was super hot, and now it's just like So I feel bad for anybody that invested heavily in that. That's why.
Well, it is a 9.6 Mercenot, so like that kind of thing.
I bet you 9.8s aren't too far behind that.
Yeah, I mean, because you can usually double the price for a 9.8 of a 9.6.
Hell, you can probably even 3 times it. But
yeah,
that thing has dropped. Like anybody that really invested heavily in that, I feel bad for you. That's why I don't drop that much money on comics. You know what I mean? It's just like, let me be real cheap, even to a fault. Screw it.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going, Tony?
What's going on, guys? How's it going?
Hey, not much. Just starting the dealer Flipside game, and this is our first comparison. But I don't know if you want to choose a book or we can move on to the next one and start fresh. It's up to you.
You guys already took a turn here?
Yeah.
I would go with the top one all day.
Unanimous then.
Remains a higher ratio. Yeah, I think the bottom was just like a
1 in 25.
1 in 10, 1 in 25?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know the top one got ordered to death, so I think there's quite a few of them out there. But I think it is one of the better Peach Momokos, so I like it.
Yeah. Well, and I want to say the War of the Bounty Hunters #1 had a bunch of story variants as well to it, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. I am sure.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of 1 in 25s to go around. Top one does have Miles and Miss Marvel and Nova, so it probably still has a bit of potential in the near future.
It's got all the Marvel babies on it.
Yep, the young people that speculators should be betting on, right? But let's move on. How about to Marvel #6, the CGC 9.8 Lee Bermejo 1 in 25 Silver Surfer variant. It was listed for I think like 300 or something like that, or best offer, and then they took the offer of 236 versus a Uncanny X-Men #221 9.6 first appearance of Mr. Sinister that sold for $200. Direct version. I guess I can set up the polls now since we have more people and I can pick 2 people. But we can continue like this format of like the open discussion as well. All right. Is everyone ready?
I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Bottom one.
Ooh. I'm going to take the opposing view. All right. Someone can start speaking as I'm setting up the poll, and then I will jump in after they finish.
What y'all pick?
I picked Deal.
So everyone picked the Mr. Sinister, and I'm the only one that chose the Marvel.
No kidding.
Why did you choose Marvel 6?
I'll explain it after I start the chat. So someone else explain why they picked.
I mean, it's only because it's a first appearance, and I don't know of any first appearances in that Marvel 6. And on top of that, that book is hard to search for. If like, okay, say you put that thing up on eBay, it's like, oh, Marvel 6, and then it's just gonna run down this whole awful just gamut of everything. This is gonna be like Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel. It'll be like Amazing Spider-Man because that's part of the Marvel universe, and it's just gonna be. It's like searching for that book would be a nightmare, and that's something you'd really have to look for and dig for. That's like a needle in the haystack listing. And again, I don't know of any first appearance in it. And a 9.6 for a Copper Age book, for a Copper Age key like that, for X-Men 221, I dig that a little bit more. I'm not that big of a fan of a 9.6 for $200, but especially if I already have it. But I still like that better because it's a first appearance. If that were the So Much Fun reprint, oh my god,
the second print, yeah.
Oh, that it would be an extra deal.
Yeah.
Extra.
So I picked the Marvel 6 because last year when we were talking about covers of the year, this one kept on popping up in multiple different panels I was on, where someone was like, "This Lee Barrejo number 6, 1 in 25. It's a hot cover," and in a 9.8 for a thicker book, like I think that just screams like, "Oh, this is a decent price." Because I remember when this book first dropped, were about $200 because not a lot of people jumped on this train to pick it up. So for a 9.8 to be at $236, I don't think that's necessarily a bad price to consider. I also might just be a bit jaded on Mr. Sinister, and the reason why is like, we saw Mr. Sinister show up in the MODOK series, right? And it didn't really move the book one way or another. It just kind of stayed the same.
He was a MODOK.
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't know
Never
that.
saw it.
Oh, okay. So I guess I was like one of the few people.
Why.
Yeah, that also only watched MODOK, right, as well. But I mean, he was in the series, and like it didn't do anything for the character to like be like, okay, I need to, Marvel needs to put Mr. Sinister into a film in the MCU now. Like, right. I felt like it just kind of like flatlined the book, like not flatlined the book, but like just kind of like kept it steady at where it's at.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think Mr. Sinister is way undervalued right now. I think you can get 9.8s for like around 400 of the direct. I mean, I don't know where you guys put him, but I think he's like in the top 3 or 4 mutant villains out there.
Yeah.
I think he's, got a lot of potential. There've been a lot of mutant, X-Men movies, and he hasn't been wasted yet, put it that way.
Yeah.
So I love that book. Like you said, Carter, I think 9.6, if I'm going to pay a couple hundred, I'd rather pay another 180 to get a 9.8. But I like the cover on the top, the Silver Surfer. It looks great. He's just one of those characters. You're gonna, the Alex Ross, the Timeless variant, that looked great. He's just, I don't know. Every year we're gonna have another Silver Surfer book that looks great. Oh look, he's shiny and stuff. I don't know. I'm jaded on the Marvel book, the Marvels, even way back to the 90s. Like I didn't connect with that series, and that series and all the following volumes that played off of that exact cover layout. I don't know. I just don't care for them. Maybe I'm missing out, but I don't buy Marvel or Marvel's books. I would very much choose the Mr. Sinister book.
And then I guess another reason why I also like it is like I feel like Marvel's going to be doing something bigger with the galactic stuff, or just like in space. Like they have to do something with that, right? At this point, that they've been building up something with Guardians and all that. I feel like they'll touch on some of this story stuff with Galactus and Silver Surfer at some point. I'm probably not iterations of stuff that we've already seen, but like just to build up on using those characters. Alrighty. Let's keep on increasing the price of books. And I guess I should see what the poll says. We got 53% are saying X-Men 221. So pretty like half and half. But
so 53% are right then.
So speaking of Omega Red, how about X-Men 4 and 5? CBCS 9.8, selling for $259, versus a Strange Academy #1 CBCS 9.8 for $293.
Interesting. All right.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right.
I've been ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, half and half now. Let's go with Joe and Mercenot.
You tell him, Joe.
You go first.
Okay. That's pretty easy.
Should do a coin flip like the Super Bowl. All right. I elect to receive.
I'm doing my Tony. You will bring Captain Solo and the Wookiee to me.
Yeah. If those were newsies of X-Men 4 and 5, I would probably be all over those a little bit more so. The Strange Academy in the 9.8. I have 3 copies of that Strange Academy. I don't think any of them are 9.8s though. That's the thing. I don't know. Maybe if I send them to, I don't know. I don't think I have anything. I don't think I have any book that's a 9.8. But I like that Strange Academy one in a CBCS 9.8 better. And like I said, if that X-Men 4 and 5 were both newsstands, I don't know. It would make that even harder. It'd make the choice a little bit harder. But I'm thinking I would still go with Strange Academy 1. And I don't know, that X-Men 4 is like, to me, just a dime a dozen type of a book. I'll still find that in the dollar bin somewhere. You know what I mean? Still. So I'm not that hard pressed for direct editions of early 90s books all like that. And in the a twofer is pretty nice. I dig that, but I'd rather just have that Strange Academy and be done with it.
All right, there's a couple of ways to look at this. I mean, that Strange Academy is such a new book. Like, you can get that raw. You can buy it at a shop for like $25 and send it in and get a fucking 9.8. I mean, like those X-Men 4s, those are a pain in the ass, dude. You know, when you think you've got a a high grade, it either comes back a 9.6, 9.4. I don't know how many of those I fucking pressed. I mean, they're a pain in the ass. But you get two books at a 9.8 that came out, what, 91? I mean, and Jim Lee goodness. I mean, that's when things were right in the world, man. 1991, Jim Lee doing comics. Like phenomenal art, and whether Omega Red comes out or doesn't come out, I mean, it's still a key book. Like Strange Academy, there's still like, I mean, you got to let that book marinate for a few years before it really becomes something important. But Omega Red, like, just don't get frustrated with the highs and lows with that book. Eventually, he's going to come out. The mutants are coming. I mean, I'm surprised Mercer not picked the bottom one because he's always like takes two books over one book, right? So,
I mean, 4 and 5 again. If those were newsstands, that might be a different story.
Well, it's a lot easier now because the spec has kind of fizzled a little bit. So, I can see collectors throwing in the 5 to spice it up a little bit to get their, and they probably, whoever owned those books probably had about a couple of bucks invested into them and then got them graded, and look, they made $200,
Right.
They made $200. Now, like the Strange Academy, that guy probably got it off the rack, the newsstand, got it graded and made a killing. But, man,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, the value is in the one on the top.
Yeah, Joe,
that one's too new. You can get a 9.8. You can buy a raw copy and it'll be a 9.8. I mean, those are easy books.
Raws for Strange Academy 1 are like an easy 150, easy $150 book. Easy.
Damn, I got a lot.
Easy.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, like, I cannot find a raw copy of Strange Academy.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I still think it has a lot of potential to it because, like, how many first appearances are in Strange Academy #1?
There's a lot.
I mean,
but how many are going to be in a show?
An actual CGC 9.8 is like about $400. $400 and up. So whoever auctioned that off, they did themselves a disservice, or whoever just got a CBCS did themselves a disservice.
Yeah. I'm gonna back up Joe by first agreeing with you guys that Strange Academy, great book, Scotty Young. I think that book is like rocketing Scotty Young's clout in the industry. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's always gotten respect for his art, but now he's getting respect for being a creator. I know he's created books before that, but I think it's a great book. Carter's absolutely right. The cover A in CGC has been hovering right around 400 for a while now.
Uh-huh.
This Strange Academy got a ton of heat like a year and a half ago, and then people stopped talking about it, but the values did not go down when people stopped talking about it. There are, the Openia, the 1 in 50, the Breakfast Club variant, the 1 in 25, that design wraparound variant, the open order. I love that book. I'm heavily invested in that book. Joe, actually, I got a stack of 25 of various #1 variants that I'm going to send your way because I want to get them graded. And it would make perfect sense on Disney Plus. Perfect sense. But I'm agreeing with Joe because that #1 up there, you not only have 2 books, #5 is also a first appearance. It's the first appearance of Maverick.
Oh, yeah.
Not as big of a name, but as we're getting mutant stories in the MCU now, it's going to make total sense. The mutants' history is told in arcs. You have Days of Future Past, you have Dark Phoenix, you have Trial of Magneto, you have Old Man Logan. You've got all these arcs that would perfectly fit into like one or multiple seasons of a Disney Plus show, and one of those arcs is Weapon X. when we get a Weapon X story telling the origin of Wolverine and the Weapon X program, we're getting Omega Red and we're getting Maverick. He will be in that Weapon X arc wherever we see that, if it's in a movie or if it's on screen. So you got a 2-for-1 first appearance on the top. I know they're 90s books, but and yeah, it'd be much better if they were in 9.8, but I'm going for the 2 first appearances.
You mean if they were CGC'd?
Well, either way, I don't discount CBCS versus CGC. I know the market does. I don't really care. I feel like that the gap is going to close or get tighter and tighter. I feel like as time goes on. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But
I mean, if I was going to be selling CBCS books, I would not be auctioning them. I would just straight up put them on my eBay page as a buy it now, because you can get like 9 times out of 10 you can usually get relatively close to the same price, or if not higher than a CGC book. If it's
you can easily get the same price. You just price it at the same level, and you wait for you're going to be the last one to sell.
Yeah, exactly.
If there's 4 of them at 400, the CGCs will go at 400, and then someone will buy your CBCS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
see, look at this. This is when things were right in the world, man. Jim Lee, dude. Look at that shit.
There's too many of them hoes.
Dude.
Too many of them. They're beautiful.
Hey, he's a beast, bro.
I'd get the anniversary edition, the 20th anniversary edition. I like those better, but
I could just imagine Jim Lee at a comic shop. Who drew that shit?
I heard the dream. I heard the dream is still alive of the 90s in Portland, so you might consider moving there.
You mean the 1890s?
Yeah, that too. I'm glad someone got my joke. All right, so let's see what the audience thinks. All right, so 75% have chosen the Strange Academy. Actually, I think too many people got burned by Omega Red.
I got to jump out. I'll see you guys.
All right, let's see what our next set of books are. How about a Moon Knight #1? This is signed by Bill. I can never say the last name. Bill S. There you go.
Sienkiewicz.
Sink
the ship.
Vinch. Okay.
Yes.
Bill sink the ship.
Versus a that's sold for the Moon Knight #1 CGC 94 sold for $325 versus a Dark Knight that's misspelled #3 Master Race #9 4 times signed by the creative team. Part of the Miller collection.
Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Oh man, he screwed himself.
I told my Dark Knight.
All right. I feel like everyone's already had their choice. Has their choice ready in mind, locked and loaded. All right. 3, 2, 1. Yep, that's what I figured.
Okay.
All right.
I went the one from the Frank Miller collection.
Well, I mean, the only reason why I figured like 4 times signatures. I mean, you still have Kubert on there, Joust. I'm assuming Miller, and then whoever that 4th person is. That I can never remember.
Probably the witness. Here, I'll sign it too.
Was there a time when those books were hot? I don't remember those Dark Knight 3s. What's the ratio on those things?
No.
I mean, issue 1 had how many fucking covers to it? 60 covers, enough to make a whole
cover that I like, and that's it.
To make a whole graphic novel of all the Dark Knight covers where there's no written material in all, but it's just all the covers.
I can't do that, man. That's I can't. No, thank you. No.
I mean, you wouldn't want a book from the personal collection of Frank Miller.
I mean, not that book. How about give me a Daredevil? Give me something from the Daredevil run.
Give me a Dark Knight Returns, bro.
Shit, I'll take Amazing Man 12.
Man, I should have put this book up for comparison against like one of his like awesome sketches, like that's like basic pencil work or whatever. Have you seen some of his sketches for
Lately?
Frank Miller? Yeah.
What is it? Just like a straight line?
Usually, like it's usually like pencil markings, and then it's like, okay, this is $3,000, and it's kind of like, I paid $3,000 for this when I could have just bought your original art from like 30 years ago.
Right? Oh man, it's got to be like really bad, really shaky. I haven't seen it, but it's got to be just shaky and it's just in light, like very light pencil to where you can barely see it. You know what I mean?
And then like maybe a little bit of pen remark cover over it to add a little bit of detail, and he's like, "Okay, I'm done for the day."
Since we're talking about Sienkiewicz, I don't know if you can see that.
All right, let me put you on the big screen.
Really good.
Let me put you on the big screen. Give me a second.
This is a variant he did, his own variant, like a retailer variant he did for Norse mythology, that Dark Horse series. It's almost in shadow, so you can barely see it, but you've got Thor and you've got Loki in the foreground that you can. It's really hard to make out on camera.
Oh yeah. I see Loki.
Yeah.
So that's for Dark Horse.
That's a Dark Horse, the Norse mythology, that Neil Gaiman, and then it came with a giant poster foil print of the same image.
And Marvel didn't sue over that.
Well, they don't own Thor and Loki.
Yeah, but damn.
I don't know. That's why I thought it was kind of cool. It's the only Thor Loki book out there that isn't Marvel.
Wow. Okay.
But Lord of Brooklyn, it depends on which Neil Adams you get, right? Is he the one that's yelling at you from the booth, or is he like the actual like kind Neil Adams, like that will help you like get your sketch or whatever? It depends on which one you meet, right? Because they're two very different people, even though it's the same person. Because I've heard really good stories and really bad stories from him about him.
I feel bad. I feel like Steve, if he was on, he would defend the DC book a little bit more. But
I mean,
I don't know that series as well. It's too new.
I think that's like one of the later issues in the run. I don't know if that's an incentive cover or not. If it's a Miller cover, I would assume it's a 1 in 100. But I honestly did not. I read the first couple issues and I didn't care for it.
Man, it's not even Batman on that cover. Screw that.
The signature series books, if they have more than 2 signatures on them, I kind of it kind of is a turn off for me. Like I kind of zone out. Like, or like you said, are you getting the witness? Is it the editor? Is it the letterer? Did you get the letter? Like, I don't know. I only need 1 signature, and it needs to be the right signature for it to matter to me. I don't care if you have a book that has 18 signatures on it if I don't give a crap about any of them.
You wasted your time waiting in all of them lines.
Yeah.
Or waiting in one giant line to meet 4 creators that were all together on one panel that you paid extra money to be in this. And then, yep. All right, let's go ahead and move on. This comparison was what it was, and I didn't even make a poll for it. So, all right. How about Battle of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? So you have TMNT #1, the third press, or
third
press.
Oh, my third pressing. What the? Yeah. Stop it! This idiot. This dude's an idiot. Whoever sold that book is an idiot.
Yeah, he's the one that sold the Dark Knight.
Yeah. How did I find these listings? But anyways,
third pressing.
Yeah, third pressing. That sold for $4.55.
He's pressed it 3 times.
And it's the original that says 1984 on the back, but 1985 on the inside. You gotta remember that. Versus Raphael #1, CGC 9.0, that sold for $4.26. I will actually make a poll for this, but let's go ahead and vote.
Mm.
I don't know.
3,
I don't know.
2, 1.
Don't ask me to explain myself because I don't even know.
Okay,
I don't know. I
let's
don't
go
know.
with Red Hood and Tony then. Red Hood and Tony, because they've
I
been
don't
agreeing
know.
all night, and then they'll
Yeah.
compete against each other.
Former allies, now enemies.
I know, right?
There can only be one. Go for it, Tony. You're a Turtles guy.
I am not a Turtles guy. I should be.
A Turtles man?
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. I chase a few Turtles books, but I do not have. I'm not really invested in either one of these. I guess I would choose the top just because it is, it may not be the first print or the first press, but it's the original. It matters a lot more to me than Casey Jones. If I was a true Turtles fan, maybe Casey Jones would matter a lot more to me. I understand that Casey Jones is a great book and is very valuable, and even in lower grades has some value. But if I'm picking between these two, don't get me wrong, I'd snap both of them up if I found them anywhere. But if I'm picking between the two, I would probably go with the number one.
I'd go with that Raphael. Only because like I've pressed a bunch of them. They're tough to get in high grade. First appearance of Raphael. I'm sorry, Casey Jones. First appearance of Casey Jones. I mean, that's a tough book, man. It's already 9.0 slabbed. I don't know anything about that top book, and that guy doesn't even know how. He probably doesn't even know what he has. Like, if you're listing a money book like that, like, make sure you're very specific. I mean, if you want to get the max value for your book, because that tells me you don't know what the hell you're doing. Third pressing, like when you talk pressing, like that makes somebody like, has it been pressed 3 times? Like, if you want to say third print,
He's
it
an
needs
LP
third press.
collector.
like, would you trust his grade that he puts on that book? Right?
Not with that $12 shipping either. Like,
Yeah, come on,
what?
man.
Like, I I don't know how they're gonna ship it, but I mean, I would still take a gamble on it.
Yeah. What are you going to put it in a slab and say it's,
I mean,
Manila envelope.
Yeah,
like
Manila.
honestly, I don't know how it popped up because a lot of these searches I was doing, I was typing in like CGC and all that, like, and then I was just putting a dollar range, and this book kept on popping up. I was like, how's this raw copy popping up under a CGC search?
I think the better value is on the Raphael book. Yeah, and I know the Turtles one, everybody wants a Turtles one, and it's a third printing, and I get it, but there's more. And I could be wrong. I see what the chat says, but that Raphael is where you're going to get the most value, in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah. I feel like both of these books are a bit down in price of what they were last year.
absolutely, because I know I pressed out a 9.4 for a buddy of mine. He got almost $1,000. So last year.
Yeah. Turtles have been quiet in general for the last 12 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they the Seth Rogen series just there was a tweet out of the I guess first look animation and poster for the TV series. So
Why is he attached to that?
Why is Seth Rogen attached to it?
Yeah.
I mean,
he's just got out of all the producer / creators around, he's the biggest geek. Like, he's the one who's connected with Preacher and Sandman and all these properties that a lot of the popular kids in school don't know nothing about. So
I don't know. He dropped the ball on Preacher.
I mean, have you seen pictures of him? I would assume he probably ate the most pizza out of a lot of the other potential producers. All right, let's see what the audience thinks though. We got 61% are choosing the TMT #1 third print.
Okay.
Whatever.
Either or, I'm out of that game. So
Yeah, I think I sold the majority of what Turtles books I was willing to get rid of on Whatnot this past Monday. So
no kidding.
yeah. Before they made that announcement of Seth Rogen stuff, and I was like, kind of like,
Of course.
But I don't know how much that would have helped either. So
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. Pretty sure
I have no nostalgic love for the Turtles. Like I remember being a kid watching them, and I bought all the toys, all that good stuff. But as far as I don't know, I just don't love them like I do like Transformers or GI Joe.
I love the video game.
Oh, Turtles in Time.
The arcade game.
Hell, I even saw the first movie in the theater.
I did too.
Pizza.
I remember that, but I don't know. I just don't have that. I just don't have the love for the Turtles all like that.
Well, I definitely remember growing up on GI Joe. I didn't get too big into Transformers, but TMNT was a big part of my life. I will say that. Well, let's go ahead and move on. How about? Oh, I'm glad Tony's on the panel for this. So, how about Star Wars Solo Adaptation #1, signed by Alden Ehrenreich? I don't know how to pronounce that last name. Alden E. And then Captain America 1, CGC 9.8, signed by Chris Evans. That sold for $580.
Okay, this is a tough one. I like this one. This was tough. No, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough.
So, I figured it might as well gradually get harder, right? As the prices increase as well, too. Choices need to get tougher.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, is everyone else ready?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Hold up your signs.
Deal.
Ooh, unanimous.
Really?
All right,
dude.
Yeah.
Look at that signature, dude. Like, Chris Evans can sign his name, bro. Can you blow that up? Let's see how good that signature is.
Wait, hold on. Let me put the poll
Most
up.
signatures are shit. Dude, that looks. Dude, what a good choice of book to get signed to, man.
Looks like he was aiming at the crotch.
Yeah, a little bit over the crotch.
It looks like an erect penis, like a giant erect penis.
He drew a cack.
It's cock.
All right. So the request was to see if I could blow up the signature. Let's see. Hold on one second.
Enhance.
Let's see if I can get that done.
How much does Chris Evans charge for? How much did he charge for his signature when he did that?
Was it $500?
Yeah, I want to say, wasn't it $500?
Was it? I don't know.
I think it was, like, because I remember we were talking about it when it first dropped.
Somebody wanted their money back. I just want my money back. Fuck it.
Wow. Okay, so that book, that meandering. Oh my gosh. Meandering like a 9.8 by itself. There's one online right now for like a graded 9.8 for 125.
Yeah. So he took a loss because that book should be $1,000. So whoever scored that book at $500 made a fucking killing, dude.
Yep.
All right.
And look how good. Look at that, dude. That's some slick shit. It looks like Zeus. You know.
So this is that exact listing.
What a great cover.
April 6th, 21. That almost looks like a Clayton Crane signature, right?
Right.
You really can't make out whose signature that is, like, at all.
Yeah.
Like, it could be anybody. It could be my name.
That's Aaron Yee.
Oh, well, are we sure that Mercenot wasn't like signing for Chris Evans that day? Where were you April 6th, 2021? I'm pretty sure we could see you on a podcast that day, but
I wonder if you could tell him, hey, dude, can you just print your first name, dude? Like, if it's too much of a hassle, because I want people to know that you fucking signed it. You know, would that be okay, bro? I'm paying you $500. Can you just sign your name? Like, if somebody gave me $500,
the only
no
way
problem.
you know that's Chris Evans is because it says so on the CGC label. That's it. That's it.
A lot of those guys, if you pay a little bit, you know, if you pay like an extra 120, they'll have a pre, you know, for him, it could be like, I can do this all day or whatever. He'll write a little.
Oh, yeah. Where you can add an
famous
inscription.
line.
Yeah, you can add an inscription for like an extra $200 or $300, right? Or something like that.
They were better off doing that, I guess. I don't know. That, like, whoever paid for that to get that thing signed, man, you're right, Joe. They took a loss.
Yeah. Most of the Avengers have been signing for around 300 or so, 300 to 350. Obviously, the bigger ones have been going higher, and everybody's probably going up. I got shit, I can't even think of his name. War Machine, Don Cheadle. I got Don Cheadle for like 260 a couple years ago. But yeah, I think those signed, especially the core Avengers, those screw 1K. Honestly, I think they should be, if it's a key book, I guess this isn't really a key book. It's a beautiful cover,
yeah,
but it's not really, you know, it's not really a Captain America key. If it's on a key book, I think they can sell for 2K pretty easily.
There's a lot of frowning on like getting a Silver Age book signed by these new.
That's true, yeah.
Right, but if there was a book I was going to have Chris Evans sign, it would be the one. What is it? Tales to Astonish? No. Strange. Strange Tales. What is it? 114. With the first appearance of Cap in the Silver Age, and it's got the Human Torch, and he played both characters.
You know what? I like the idea of that. I like that one.
Right? He
that's
played
cool.
both of those. Yeah. See, so I had picked up one of those. If he does a signing again, I'm gonna fucking send that book in, dude.
I think you're right. If you go back Silver Age or earlier, then you get a lot of grief for it. But I think
if he's going to sign
anything in the copper, like even Bronze Age or Copper Age and forward, I think is golden. Do the Uncanny X-Men. I just trashed multiple signatures, but do that Uncanny. What is it? 248. Get Scarlet and Chris Evans and Hugh Jackman.
Or
the Jim Lee cover.
What is it? That 117 Captain America, right? With Falcon.
Yeah.
Right, his first appearance. If you could pay a little extra for an inscription, because Falcon is on his left, put on your left.
Cool. Yeah.
Right. See, I've already thought about this.
So
this
I mean,
kind of leads into, like, I think Aaron was hinting at. I think we should do. I don't know. I live about 20 miles from Zimmerman, Minnesota, which is where Twin City Comics is located out of. It is owned by Tori. I forget his last name. But he is huge on these signings. He's always a part of these biggest signings. If you see ads for signings, it's probably his ads popping up on social media. I'm sure there are other guys who go out and do these as well. But he is the biggest. I mean, he lines up the biggest names. Twin Cities Comics. If you go to his website, you can see all the signings that are going on right now, all the ones that are coming up. You can send in comics or whatever. I mean, you can buy, stock pictures that they sign. You can send in any item, and there's different prices for everything. He does CGC grading, or you can grade it under your own account. But he's a what do you call it, a certified witness, so that you can get anything graded through him. I think it's an awesome part of the market for if you've got, if you're looking to invest more than $100, like if you can throw down $300 on a book and wait a good 6 months, you can get back a real gem. And I think it'd be fun. Like if there's a signing coming up, we should do a show talking about like, what are the books you could send in? What are some cool ideas for this character? Or like the WandaVision actors were doing a dual signing together. So what are some great Wanda and Vision, dual covers that you could send in? And the great thing about it is once you get them back, if you put them on eBay, you're one of the only ones. So there's no price gouging.
Deadpool and the Audie Grandov cover of Vision, and that's just my right off the bat. That's the book I would pick for that dual sign. I'm sure there's others as well to choose, but that's just something that popped to my head when we were talking. Okay, but it sounds like a future planned show for maybe like a Thursday that we could probably plan out at some point in time. So we'll talk about it more, Tony.
Cool. Just one last thing on the Solo. I wouldn't go for that one, just not because it's still a Star Wars signed book by the actor. I do chase those as well, but I don't know. I'm in the camp that's the movie Solo sucked. So I don't care as much about
Rob
it.
is going purist on this. No gold, silver, or bronze deserves a signature. So you mean I shouldn't take a Amazing Fantasy 15 and get Tom Holland to sign it? You can get all the Peters to sign it now at this point, right?
That's right.
All right. Let's see. How about a Batman 232 6.5? Is that with one of those pesky check marks? It does look like that, where it presents better. But something was wrong with it to get that grade, and it ended up being $6.99 versus a Batman 423 9.6 that sold for $700.
What the fuck is a 9.6 going for $700?
Dude, that book is an expensive book now, man.
And a 9.6?
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
And a 9.6?
I think a 9.8s are like what, 12 or 1400.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, sir.
I don't like either of them. So let's go. Come on, man. Let's do this.
Oh, I forgot to end the poll from the last one. But all right. Well, I'll let y'all vote. Hold up your sign. Oh, and by the way, 71% chose the Captain America. But all right. I feel like everyone's ready with their choices. Hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1.
I don't know, man.
Deal.
Ooh, deal. All right, Carter. You're on your own island.
I'm
Razagul.
I'm tepid on either. There ain't no way in hell I'm spending $700 on a Copper Age 9.6 like that. Ain't no way. That thing better be at least a 9. It has to be a 9.8 for me to want to spend $700. Ain't no way. You can find one raw somewhere.
Right,
and
you
get
can
a
find them
9.6.
raw, but are they going to be in that good of a grade? No, you got to remember that's a badass book. People opened that shit up and read it, dude.
Man,
like they salivated over that book.
There
You
ain't
know
no
what I
way.
mean? Like if you find that book raw, it's fucked up.
Like I'd pay $700 raw for the Batman 232 if you know what I mean. Like I would do that over paying for no, ain't no way. No, not no $700. You can find that raw. You can find that Batman 423 raw in anywhere.
Let me tell you, I found that book
you
raw.
can find it raw.
Yeah, I found that book raw at a half price books, and it was beat to shit, and I still sold it for $150.
Get out of here.
So
it was beat to shit.
Well, yeah, no joke. I found a 423 newsstand edition that was like estimated to be like a 5.0 or something like that. I threw it on Whatnot starting at $1.
Yeah.
I I think it ended up like at $60 or something like that. And I felt bad for the person that bought it, but at the same time, like I was kind of like, I don't care because I've been on the show several times telling people I bought it for $6, and someone still bought it because they wanted that newsstand.
How much did they pay for it again?
Like $60.
Okay.
For a raw copy that was beat to shit, like where you could count the spine ticks, and then you could see the bins in the corners and the foldovers and everything. And I pointed it all out, and then someone was still willing to pay. So,
and it's a CBCS 96.
Can I
please? Thank you.
I gotta add though, I don't follow that book normally, but Batman 423 CGC 9.8.
Okay.
We're between 2,000 and 3,000.
Holy crap! Really?
Told you.
Listen. I'm not paying attention to this book at all.
Okay, so the print run. I mean, it wasn't like I don't have my Go Collect open right now, but like I can tell you, there's not many 9.8s and there's not many 9.6s.
Man.
Well, and then you also have to consider that there's a second and third printing for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, I remember the days of selling that for like $30, selling raw copies for like $30, and
dude, I miss the days of finding them for $20. Like, honestly,
man, like that's an iconic book. That's an iconic book.
How dare you use the word iconic?
Man, that's an iconic book.
Who writes
Jesus Christ. Stuff? That's dude, I have a 9.6. I wish I had a 9.8. But if you get a CBCS 9.6, like send it to CGC, because you have a chance of going, oh, we're going to keep this customer over here. We're going to give them a 9.8. Because that's what happens sometimes, bro.
Would you send them the slab, the entire slab?
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Crossover.
Okay.
Because I've done it before. I've sent a crossover 9.6 and it's come back a 9.8.
Get out of here.
Swear to God. I did.
No press or press?
Book. No press, nothing. I wanted that new Deadpool.
The 99 label. The Scotty Young
99,
label.
Please. And I sent a 9.6 Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe in a CBCS because I think I paid like $15 for it. And I said, man, I'm going to send that in. They give me a fucking 9.8, dude.
That's awesome.
All right.
Let's see what the audience thinks. All right.
I thought you get a spike grade.
No, man.
Damn.
Like that's good business, bro. Like if you got to remember CBCS, they grade fucking tough, dude. They don't have issues with employees and shit like that. CGC does, right? So,
all right. So
they got the fucking floor maintenance crew like grading your books right now. I don't know. It looks good to me.
All right. So the audience chose 61% chose the Batman 232. But I thought the majority of the chat was saying they don't like villain spec, but apparently they like Ra's al Ghul. All right.
No, they're trying to disagree with me.
It doesn't matter. All
yes,
right.
It does. It matters to me.
All right. How about New Avengers number 7, CGC 9.8?
Oh, good lord.
Sold for $650 versus Star Wars Darth Vader number 6. First appearance.
This one is easy. This is easy.
Pumpy dumpy.
This is very easy.
All right. Hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1.
Deal.
Really?
For sure. Hell yeah.
Dude, the Inquisitor is going to come out. Isn't the Inquisitor going to come out in the Obi-Wan?
But I know that, but at the same time, isn't the Grand Inquisitor's first appearance Kanan 12?
That's at the very least he's on the cover right there. So tomato, tomato, right?
Yeah.
Hey, when is Spider-Woman coming out? And is she coming out in Doctor Strange?
Well, I mean, I guess to be fair, also, if you weren't already buying New Avengers 7, since we've been talking about it for the last 3 years.
10 years. I'm talking. You should have been buying that shit 10 years ago. What you talking about?
That's
Like
true.
that's the type of book you should have just been. Oh, it's $1. It's cover price. Okay, I'll buy it. I'll stack
Yeah.
it. I'll stack it. I'll stack it.
I'm gone with that book.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm over
well,
that book.
even like what 3 months ago, like even 2 months ago,
We
or
told
shit,
him.
like even like okay, even like 3 weeks ago, right? Like a month ago, that book was like a $20 raw book, right? At most.
Mm-hmm.
And so like if you weren't stacking them now, but to this point,
$650. Dude.
and
God
like
damn.
650 is a lot to spend on like
Come on,
potential
man.
for an empty chair, right? So and maybe like a small voiceover, right?
Right.
I mean, like honestly, if I mean I'm pretty sure I have both of these books. Like I'm gonna hold Illuminati a little bit longer. I'm probably gonna be selling my Darth Vader 6 sooner than later.
That Darth Vader 6, it's like a modern, it's like a very recent Marvel. That print, like the
It wasn't highly printed.
well, yeah, and on top of that, like it's a really bad, shoddy printing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And it's a black cover. Stop it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hell, that seems a little light to me.
Yeah.
Especially, the
I think it's
quality of paper that was used was probably bad. The printing is bad.
And yeah,
And it's a 9.8. Whew.
I think it's awesome that we're
undersold
getting.
that.
Yeah, I think it's awesome that we're getting the Illuminati. I think it's that movie is going to blow a lot of minds. But
Who do you think's on the Illuminati, bro?
well,
Ooh.
yeah, we could do a whole show on that.
No, we
But,
could do
like,
it real
how
quick.
many-
Just tell me who you think it is.
But well,
I hope it's not
I don't
Black
know.
Bolt. I
If you had
realize
to
now.
kill one, fuck one.
marry one.
Got
Go.
F Mary Kill. Hopefully it ain't Black Bolt because I hate Black Bolt. I realize that now.
I think they'll stick to the most of the main crew. I think we'll get Reed Richards, we'll get Professor X, we'll probably get some incarnation of Black Panther, we'll probably get Namor. They'll probably put some females on it instead of
See,
Zero
I think
yeah, that's right.
I think
in
if
the
you're
show.
going to introduce Namor, that would be the place to do it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That would be fucking electric, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be Sue Storm instead of Reed Richards or something like that.
What if it's Blue Marvel?
Yeah. I mean, they could do whatever they want, but how many multiverse movies are there going to be? I mean, there might be more after this, but not every movie is going to have a multiverse storyline. And if we're setting up the Illuminati to be the kind of overlords of the multiverse, keeping things, from going awry, not unlike the time, stuff going on in the Loki show, by the way, but like, how many more movies are they going to show up in? Maybe when we get Secret Wars or something like that, but I don't see them. I think this is a one and done thing for the Illuminati.
What if Miss Minutes is on the Illuminati?
Miss Minutes.
It could
That book will
happen.
go ape shit, bro.
It could happen. It's the multiverse. Anything is possible now. I'm waiting to see Luke Skywalker in the MCU now.
Yeah.
You think Ian McKellen's Magneto would be in that Illuminati, like the MCU version of the Illuminati? What do you think?
Oh, do you think they'll start transferring over Fox characters into MCU? Is that what you're asking?
Fucking
Yeah.
Deadpool will be in there, bro.
No, I
Yeah.
don't.
I could see them potentially grabbing a handful of the ones that want to continue to play that role or whatever, or that were already like have some crazy contract to, like, if this gets transferred to another studio, you still are obligated to play in at least 2 more roles or whatever.
Oh, I think Ian McKellen, if they called him, he'd show up in whatever they did.
Yeah, just as long as you paid him.
I think they'll, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'm not a Disney exec, so
I think
I'm just a shareholder.
We're just scratching the surface, though, with the Star Wars stuff. I mean, we know these first handful of shows, but each one of these shows is going to launch not spin-offs, but characters out of those shows are going to come out into their own shows or be featured in another way. So I think any appearances we have in Obi-Wan are going to continue in other storylines. So I like that. I like that Star Wars book a lot.
All right, let's see what the audience thinks. And 70% have chosen the Star Wars Darth Vader #6.
Oh.
Alrighty, continuing with Star Wars discussion. How about Star Wars Darth Maul #2 and 3?
Oh my.
CGC 9.8 that sold for $900. Versus a Star Wars 42 9.6 that sold for $900. And I love this title. First appearance Boba Fett. First full appearance of Book of Boba. I don't know why they put that in the title, but all right. Good for you.
It helped them sell it.
Did it help them sell it? I don't know.
I hate when people put app in the title. I hate that.
App appearance.
What's that gonna do? They ain't gonna do shit.
Well, I feel like they were just trying to look how long their title is, right? So like they're probably using the max amount of characters you can, and then they couldn't fully spell out appearance, and they wanted to add Book of Boba into it.
Yeah, who's typing Book of Boba into an eBay search?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I can't answer that question.
Where are those Vespa Rider books? Let me search Book of Boba.
First appearance of ugly Vespas.
All right. Let's hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1.
This one is tough.
Deal.
Ooh, nice. I mean, okay.
Deal, baby.
Yeah. Unanimous decision with the panel. I will throw up the poll. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like the Cad Bane books. But
Cad Bane died.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. I mean, this is a spoiler channel, even though we don't like it.
Cad Bane.
I mean, I know a lot of people are still saying like, "Oh, you could still hear his heart monitor and all that stuff."
He's dead.
But
he's dead, bro.
I mean, but his eyes are still open, right? No, I'm just joking.
We'll see him again, but
yeah.
It's a really cool character, and they nailed the look. I think the look, for a character who in the comics and the cartoons is very cartoony. They did a really good job, but I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of promise for that character, and now he's the mysterious badass, and Boba Fett's just a chubby, I don't know, do-gooder. But I mean, Boba Fett's still Boba Fett, man. It's the biggest Star Wars character out there. I mean, this is who is saying that? This is the Hulk 181 of the Star Wars comic book world. And I think they're really undervalued. If we're talking that a Todd McFarlane freaking Batman cover in 9.8 can be close to $3,000, and this first appearance of Boba Fett in a 9.8 is probably at the same price. I think that's just dumb.
So this is a 9.6.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
But still, for a
9.8, yeah, it does command a high dollar amount. And then it is a direct version, which is the version you want for this time period of books.
You would think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, with the trends of like which percentage of newsstands versus direct or whatever. The only thing that would have swayed my mind for the top books if those were both second prints.
Right. I hear you.
If it was the AHA, I would.
Oh, the 1 in 50. Yeah.
If that were if it were the whatchamacallit in the 9, if it were the 1 in 25 and the 9.6, what would you say to that?
Oh, so 9.6 versus 9.6?
Yeah.
If it was the 1 in 25 and a 9.6, I would send it to Leg like I did with my 9.6, and he'd turn it into a 9.8, and then I'd sell it.
Mine has a fingerprint on it.
Mm.
I don't know if you can do anything with that or not.
I would probably. I don't know. That's tough. And we're saying that I don't have either or books, or in this hypothetical situation, the 9.6 versus 9.6.
Right.
Oh, that's a tough one. I think I would still have to go with Star Wars 42 if they didn't have either or. Just because, like, I feel like those are gonna start, even though like the Book of Boba just ended. It's still a Star Wars book, and once a Star Wars book gets into a Star Wars collector's hands, it tends to not see the day of light ever again, right?
Yeah, just wait for that Bosk spec to start too.
That's a good one. Let's see. You sent me a PM on IG being weird on the price of that solo. Okay. Sounds good. I'll check out the message as soon as the show ends, and then yep. Let's see what the audience thinks. It looks like 65% have chosen the Star Wars 42. And then we'll go to the last comparison that I put a little twist on. So they didn't have the sealed toy, just the toy biz. It's sold around like one recently sold for not that much, and then the one before that sold for like $800. So I was like, let me just compare a 9.6 then, which sold for $850, which was closer to that Spider-Man 2099 #1 newsstand 9.8 that sold for $911 that we covered on the Monday night Flipside report.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, close enough, good comparison. So which book are you picking? All right. Hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1. Oh, I guess I'm the outsider on this one.
Oh, really? So you picked? Okay, so you picked the newsstand 9.8.
Yeah, I picked the newsstand 9.8. I mean, yeah. I mean, I know that the Toy Biz one is a tough, like, in anything above a 9, right? I personally also collect toys, so I like to see toys still within the package. And so, like, so keep on grading like newsstands all day, right? In the 90s, like that makes sense to me. But I mean, like grading a toy, like to buy a toy to intentionally rip it out and then grade the comic that that packaging is not very, very good, like for this comic, because you can get damage on the corners, you can get that damage right by where the arm is and all that. I mean, yeah, it is impressive to see a 9.6, but I would rather buy like as a toy completed. If I'm looking,
that's kind of what makes it valuable, though, right? Because there are guys like you who are toy collectors who just buy them and they won't break them out. They'll never see a CGC slab, so that CGC census is going to stay low.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen raw copies of the Toy Biz, but there's always something wrong with it, like whether it's water damage or whatever. So that was kind of the only reason why I chose the newsstand as well. I mean, I remember when people used to hand out 2099s and Lethal Protectors and all those books for free, right? That whatever expensive book you bought like 5 years ago, they would use those to pad your books, so like it wouldn't show up damage. So, and I'm pretty sure my uncle gave me a big pile of the direct versions of Spider-Man 2099. But yeah, so those newsstands to me are, tougher to find.
Yeah.
But
I like the newsstands, but
yeah,
if I'm going to spend $900,000 on that book, I want it in a 9.9. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do like shiny things. Thank you for bringing that up, Craig, because I actually have, people were sleeping during Super Bowl, and I picked up a shiny book. Right, Something is Killing the Children, 19.
Nice.
Right, and then I'm doing Red Hood's favorite, Covering the Grade. I paid $200 for this. It's a 9.9.
Oh.
So thank you, Tony, for being like, "Ooh, look at me! I'm sniping books on Super Bowl." I was like, "Oh, that's a good idea. Let's see what I can find."
Good for you, man.
I couldn't
What did
find
what did the graders notes say? We
I
just
have no-
didn't want to give you a 10.
No, I actually do have a 9.9 from CBCS before this one that I submitted myself. It has a grader's note on it. It says extremely minor edgeware. I mean, whatever that means. Like,
Fucking pussies, dude.
Yeah, extremely minor edgeware. I don't know what that means, but
I bet they were all laughing. Hey, dude, I'm gonna give this dude a fucking 9.9, dude.
hey,
They're
I'm
like,
not.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not complaining because I didn't even press the book.
yeah, but come on, man.
I mean, it's a
Like-
modern book and all that.
Like
but,
I
yeah.
always trip out like when people say like I got a 9.8 and it wasn't pressed. Well, like if you're collecting and you know what a 9.8 looks like, you should be able to eyeball like a brand new book at a shop and be able to determine if it's a 9.8 or not.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like go do that with a Silver Age or a Bronze. Hey, no press 9.8. You know what I mean? Go do that with that book, bro. Not a modern. Moderns are easy, like when you press modern, sometimes like you want to take out and leave no doubt that but like most of the time, like Aaron, you're a seasoned collector, so are you, Tony and Mercenot. You guys know what 9.8s are. You know if you have them or not. They should
Yeah.
be a tap in, like, and when it needs a press.
How's it going, Blind Adam? Welcome to the show. We're just about to end. 81% chose the Spider-Man 2099 Toy Biz edition at a 9.6 over the a newsstand edition. So, I mean, I do like that black and white cover too, as well. I mean, I was a big fan of sketches whenever I got back into collecting. So,
Yeah.
it is tempting.
I'm a big fan of not just that one, but that's kind of the king of the toy, the comic pack variants. But there's a lot of them out there, and they all have that same thing going for them, that so many toy collectors are never going to get them out of the box. So comic collectors are not going to run into very many raw copies or graded copies. You've got a lot of first appearances. Young Avengers has #1 as one. You got Beta Ray Bill. You got
Secret Wars 8.
a ton of them. A ton of really, really good. The silent issue, the G.I. Joe 21.
Just name an iconic book, and it probably has
Right.
a Toy Biz edition. Hulk
Yep.
181,
And they're still cheap.
X-Men 141.
Except for that one.
We talked about it on the show, so they're not cheap anymore. So.
Hey, so I picked up this Just Imagine Stan Lee's Sandman, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the back cover is Adam Hughes.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I think we hit like 100 viewers watching for Dealer Flipside. Every Thursday, we're going to rotate our through our different programming that we have with the Modern Playbook. So next week, I believe we are doing bangers with Mr. Longshort. And if that's not quite ready, we might have a roundtable discussion. And then hopefully in the near future again, we will have another Pro Spec 10 list. I know we have our nomination sheet, and we are slowly but surely adding books again. And
boy, stop.
And Joe's gonna sing us our
look at the abs, bro.
Do.
Hey, now so check this out, dude. Okay, hold on, Aaron. So you get his whole life story here. You get Marky Mark's whole life story here, and the part that I like, okay, hold on, because you got to hear this. Hypnotized by mirrors, young Mark was. Shiny surfaces, anything that would reflect him would make him happy.
Does it have a page on when he beat that guy till he went blind in one eye?
No, it doesn't. They left that part out.
I wonder why.
All right.
The right stuff. Whoever drew this fucking sucks, dude.
All right, so now we're all gonna start kicking our legs and start dancing.
Hey, look who drew Christina Applegate. Look at this.
Oh, that would have been a better Married with Children cover than like whatever.
Dude, is that not phenomenal? Look at that.
If
Just
that was
look
like,
at it.
If that was like the issue 1 cover instead of like whatever it is, like that probably would have sold a lot better. In my opinion.
Mama.
I hope she's feeling better because I know she's like severely ill currently. But yeah. All right.
Such a downer, dude. Bring everybody down.
I'm a downer.
Any of you guys have any pickups?
Not lately.
Okay.
Quite a bit, but maybe too much to get into, right?
All right, we can do it next week.
Cool. And then I'm sure Mercer will have a haul video at some point in time.
I did do a haul video on Monday, and we went through some really nice spec books, some real nice ones. So check that one out. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm looking in the comments of one of my videos from a long time ago, from about a year ago, and someone actually doubted whether I found a Ultimate Fallout 4 for $100. Someone actually doubted that. Can you believe that? maybe I should show him the picture of the one I found for
$1. Adam, we were talking about the New Kids on the Block comic. Red Hood was showing it off.
No, it was Mark, not New Kids. This is solo with Chris Cross. First appearance. Warm it up, Chris. I'm about to. Warm it up, Chris. That's what I was born to do. I rehearse to keep it sharp as a knife, man.
I fucks with Chris Cross. I bought that album.
Hell yeah, everybody did, man.
Alrighty. And Red Hood or Tony, do y'all have any whatnot sales coming up?
I got to plan one.
I did 2 in 2 days. It went pretty good. I did pretty good for having like 7 people in there.
I'm gonna do another blue green slab pack again. I think I got enough stock now. 3 slabs in a mystery pack.
Ooh.
Bring your checkbooks. They're not $1 to start, that's for sure. But that it was a lot of fun last time we did it. So
yeah, if my book goes for $1, I'm going to take about 2 or 3 weeks to ship it.
Now I'm telling you, just don't ship it in a bag and board.
Yeah, just put the
book
on the comic.
Yeah, just no bag and board. Like if you want the bag and board, pay another $1. If you want it sent in the Gemini, pay another $2.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I'm just joking. I'm sure everyone here on the panel.
That's the way you sent your book to me. No, I'm just lying.
You only paid $2 for it, so you get what you pay for, right? I made it like your promise. I'll send it in $2 condition. So, anyways,
yeah. I go, if this sells for $2, I'm going to put it in the condition of $2.
Yeah. On Saturday, I'm going to try to do a random hit draft. Or not a random hit draft, a hit draft with National Treasures, a box of National Treasures baseball, because Series 1 has this drop, and I will probably bring other boxes to the table and break cards on Saturday. Sunday, I will be going back to my late night spot of selling comics late at night, and of course, you can catch me on Monday with a 612 con, and yeah.
Hey, Aaron, what's the best card that you've broken lately? I don't know anything about cards, so what's the best one you've broken?
Okay, I can actually show that off because I took a picture of it and put it on my Instagram. So to lead up the story, I was breaking cards with my Topps Japanese editions. That I still had a few boxes left, and people were super interested in that, and so they're like, okay. Let's bust out a box. I was like, okay, you choose a box. I had 4 boxes on the table, and they chose the box I was gonna crack for myself, but then I was like, oh well, they picked it. Let's let them rip it. And I pulled this Jesus Sanchez, which is a 1 out of 1. So this is a parallel rookie card with the Marlins, and then you can see it on the backside. It's a 1 of 1. So that's been the best card that I have pulled recently.
Holy crap! Okay,
Tops of the Japan edition. Out of the set, I'm trying to pull someone a Otani Cherry Blossom out of 99 is the goal from buying all these boxes. So I'm hoping to pull that for someone. I still got 3 boxes left, and I probably will not buy any more. Who knows? If they get cheap enough, I'll buy more.
Oh, so those hoes are pretty expensive.
I mean, they're exclusive to Japan, and the first 2 boxes or 3 boxes I bought. How many did I buy? I think I've bought a total of 8 now at this point.
Okay, okay. Sorry to cut you off. So Fanatics has the U.S. rights to make cards. Is that what's going on?
So Fanatics ended up getting the license for the baseball license to produce cards, right?
Okay.
And then that happened sometime last year, but it wouldn't affect cards until 2025.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And then since that time period, Fanatics has bought Topps for $500 million.
Holy crap. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they bought it. They bought the company for pennies on the dollar.
Woo!
I will say that.
Aren't there some individual cards that are almost worth $500 million by this point?
Yeah.
I don't know if any cards have hit that high. I mean, I don't know the card game that well enough. But I mean, there's been some pretty interesting moves in cards recently. We had that incomplete Hogness Wagner that sold for $450,000, and then we also had a prospect card 1 of 1 autographed that sold for $450,000 as well. So you have the 2 extremes, right? Yeah. So I think it's it's an interesting time to be in both hobbies to me. Yeah. But yeah, so yes, Rob, I have jumped down the foreign card rabbit hole. Basically, I had to contact someone in Japan to order the cards for me and then have them ship it to me. That's how I got my first 2 or 3 boxes. I can't remember how many I bought. And then I have recently found a source to get it directly from Topps through some website. Is what I'll leave it at. So I'll let y'all use your imagination or your Google search powers to figure out how I got boxes from Japan to the US. So, but
you could get arrested for shit like that, bro.
Hey, since Rob's in chat, I do got some one of the pickups I want to show here.
Okay.
Since he's the one of the foreign Jedis. He's just arrived today, and I bought 2 from different sellers, and both of them arrived in the saran wrap, and I haven't removed the saran wrap yet. But the Dungeons and Dragons, Dragones, I don't know, y Mazmoras, these are from Spain.
Nice.
Do you remember the early 80s cartoon Dungeons and Dragons, the little dungeon master dude? And it's kind of a cult favorite, but it was very big in Spain, big enough to the point where they did a comic series. Oops, that was a little backup. So yeah, they did multiple series. This is the first issue. Yeah, right. And this is the first appearance in comic form of Dungeons and Dragons. It didn't show up in US comics until 89. So I think this is 84 or 85. Nice. I want to take them out of the saran wrap and see what kind of condition they're in.
No, don't.
I think there's a They threw in an extra book in the back. Looks like a
almost like
first preview of Moon Girl
and
me.
Devil Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Damn, score.
And there's
And that's the 1 in 25 cover too, as well, isn't it?
there's an X-Men animated #1 under there too, I think.
Damn, dude.
Oh, dang! That pack
Fucking
is like
score,
that's
bro.
like even better than the
Yeah.
Walmart pack.
Yeah.
Oh, I take that back. I do have a pickup.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so this is from Rob. He sent me this.
Ooh. God damn.
Incredible Avengers by
That's pretty.
the smut peddler Milo Manara.
Oh, here you go. Rob is saying, "Don't open it." I think he's talking to Tony. Like, don't take it out of the saran wrap. Yeah,
That's why I told him don't open it.
I was about to say there can't be titties in this.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see what's in here. Okay, it's all what Italian. So thank you so much, Rob. This is beautiful. God, look at this.
That is awesome.
This is freaking gorgeous.
Uniform 13.
Some long legs.
I know, right? Very smutty. I love it.
I was looking at those cards for a little bit, but I did not pull the trigger on any of those. Honestly, I was looking at the Bowman set from 2021, the black boxes of those, because those had dipped down in price from when they first dropped. Because those, like, when they first dropped, they were like $1,000, and I saw them as low as $600. And I figured if you held on to it and kept it sealed, because there's like 50 packs in it, and there's a bunch of like first prospects that will eventually pick up after years, I figured that box would go up. But I didn't pull the trigger on any, so that was kind of like probably my mistake. But that's okay. But anyways, we'll save more of the card talk for Wednesday nights, like when that's when we're doing our card show, and we'll exit out with Carter's Dance with the music. All right, y'all take it easy.